Alright, hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to another Princess Connect redive video. So today making a video on the brand new character, Oedo Ninon. Going to be seeing if you should be summoning or skipping this character. So let's go ahead and jump right into her kit. We're going to talk about a whole bunch of other things, as well as banners, upcoming banners, and all that stuff, to determine if this character will be worth your jewels. So jumping straight into the notices here and heading down to the banner. Of course, Oedo Ninon, as recording of this video, it's been about 2-3 days since this character has came out. So I did want to make a should you summon or skip because I think she's actually really good, and we'll go ahead and jump into her detail first. So as you could tell, she's going to be a physical damage dealer. Now this character is actually going to be very good at the release of the time. So as we're recording of this video, it's going to be April of 2022, April 25th of 2022, and this character right now is pretty solid on release. She does get much better after the release of her unique equipment, but we'll jump into that later down in the video. Obviously, because unique equipment for Oedo Ninon won't be coming for quite some time. But right now, she's still really good. Going over her defenses as well as her attack and HP, this of course is her at a 3-star level, rank 13, level 133, which is the current maximum level cap, with maximum equipment upgrade. So this is going to be her at, I'm assuming 3 stars. It says 3 stars right here. 16,000 HP, which is not great. 6,204 physical attack is okay. 160 physical and 130 magical. So when you're at 5 stars, I'm gonna say 190 to 200 physical, or 190, 200 physical, and then 150, 160 magical defense. So her defenses are actually very solid for a DPS character. For a physical frontline character, we obviously want to have somewhere around decent level enough stats to go ahead and tank. So for example, if I were to take we'll go ahead and grab Curie. So Curie here, this is my Curie at rank 11. Obviously she's not maxed out. Yeah, she's 5 stars, but level 124, so she's missing out on a lot of defenses. But as you can see, she's got 200 physical, 136 magical. So this is kind of the spread that you should probably look for when looking for a character with good defenses on a physical attacker. So this is going to be a really solid comparison. Always want to compare physical attackers to someone like Kiori, or someone like Normal Ray with unique equipment, or Christina, or Mimi, or Eriko. Obviously, Mimi and Eriko being the two best. Christina coming in third as well. So Mimi, I also should compare her to as well, since Mimi is probably the best character in the game still. 22,000 HP, 209 physical, 164 magical. So she obviously has much better stats all around, but she is a Princess Gala character, so we do have to keep that in mind. But Oedo Ninon is actually looking very good at the start with her 5-star stats. Like honestly, I'm really impressed just by her stats alone. So her stats alone is already really good. Alright, so jumping into her kit. Her kit is actually very easy to understand. Now she doesn't do a lot, but she has this really cool mechanic. I think this is the first time that we ever seen this mechanic. So it's going to be her Union Burst. So whenever she does her Fujiyama Shuriken, it's going to do massive physical damage to the enemy directly in front. So keep in mind, this character is going to be a single target character, unlike the normal Ninon. Normal Ninon is going to be an AoE character. And then whenever this skill is a critical hit, its damage is tripled instead of doubled. So that is actually very strong. So if I actually go ahead and click on her universe here, it says 35,422 physical damage to the enemy directly in front. So if we were to go ahead and triple that, if you were to get a crit, for example, that would be 106,000 damage. Now that is actually a lot of damage. So you do want to be getting critical hits with this character. Now I don't think there's any crits built into her kit, unfortunately, but she doesn't really matter. I think she has a high critical rate in general on her character. I'm actually gonna have to go ahead and pull her up on a website here to see what her critical hit chance is actually and compare that to other characters. But I think her critical rate is actually pretty high. I hope it is, because if not, then this really isn't going to be that useful. So I think this is the first time that we're ever going to be seeing this ability in the game. I think this is the first character that's introducing it, and it's a very powerful mechanic. Obviously, getting triple damage instead of double damage is obviously much higher. It's basically like getting an extra Union Burst in reality when you're not even getting one. It's for free, but you obviously have to get a crit. So it's still RNG, but it's still a very powerful ability if you're able to get it off. Her skill 1 is going to be the Swoopy Swallow. It's going to do moderate physical damage to the enemy directly in front and lower their physical defense by a small amount. Once again, now they're starting to give physical defense shredding to a lot of these physical DPS characters, because they're now realizing that physical defense shredding, magic defense shredding is extremely overpowered. So they're going to be giving it to a lot of characters to kind of boost their value throughout the entire game, boosting their value. Physical defense shredding is always going to be good. Obviously, this isn't a massive amount. It's a very tiny amount, only by 27. This reminds me a lot of another character. I think Mimi, if we compare that to Mimi's defensive shred, I think she does a higher, yeah, she does 47. It's also a small amount, but obviously much higher. So it's going to be relatively comparable to Muimi's defensive shred. Obviously, still much lower at 27 compared to the 40 that Muimi has, but still not bad. Shredding physical defense by any means is always going to help your team out as well as your own damage, so benefiting the entire team is obviously going to be very good. Just by looking at her Union Burst and her skill 1, I already could tell you that she's going to be a very, very great clan battle character on second teams or third physical teams if needed, or Tower of Luna, obviously going to be a great character there as well if you just need another DPS option. And then her second skill is going to be the Shadow Clone no Jutsu. It's going to be a moderate boost to her own physical attack as well as a large boost to her own action speed, which is obviously very good. Boosting your own action speed is extremely powerful. We always know that from characters like Samurai Tamaki. Any character that boosts their own action speed, obviously giving them massive buffs to themselves, which allow them to spam their more skills, which means in reality, even though this is a 27 physical defense shred, she's going to be having her action speed getting a large buff, which means that she's going to be hitting the skill much more often, which is obviously very, very good. So the 27 is going to be stacking up relatively quickly. I don't think it's going to be going higher, maybe than like double or triple stacking at a time. So you might be able to get around 70 physical defense shredding with this thing, but I'm assuming you're probably going to be able to stack it twice, so around 54-ish physical defense shredding in total, which is obviously still really, really good. That's like half of like what Makoto can do. So yeah, physical attack buff as well by 1474. I wish she buffed her own crit rate in here. If she did, that would be insane. So now that we talked about her kit in general, let's go ahead and jump into the banner itself. So obviously here is the banner. It's going to be going from April 22nd until May 2nd. Oedo Ninon. She is a really, really cool character, has one of the coolest Union Bursts in the entire game, in my opinion. She throws like a little shuriken at them and does she like this like a little dab. It's really, really cute. So if you really like Ninon, I personally love Ninon. I think this is a really, really cool character for you to go ahead and pick up. Now, before you go ahead and summon due to everything that I have told you so far, because I think she is a great character, keep in mind this character is a platinum character. She's the same as the Oedo Kuka from about 2-3 weeks ago, where she is a character that is going to be a non-limited character, which means you can get this character on any single banner. For example, if I were to go ahead and pull up the draw rates in general and scroll down, you will see that Oedo Ninon and Kuka as well have already been added to the general pool. So she's already in here, Oedo Kuka. So immediately the next banner, Oedo Ninon will be in it. So you still have a chance to pull her no matter what, even after the character's banner has gone away. Obviously, you have a higher chance to pull her now. So if you do want Oedo Ninon, now is the perfect time to go for her. But you be able to pull her literally on any banner going forward. So do keep that in mind, which is why I do recommend saving almost all your jewels and skipping out on this banner. In my personal opinion, I don't think it's really worth it to summon on these platinum banners, even though she is really good. Unless the character is like beyond busted. I mean, Oedo Ninon is extremely good. Oedo Kuka, I think, is probably a little bit better at what her job is, because there's so many physical DPS carries right now that Oedo Ninon really can't keep up. But I mean, if you really like Ninon, I think you should go for it. If we go ahead and jump into the upcoming banners, for example, we do have Oedo Ninon here where we're currently at. They'll be heading into the Rem and Amelia banners. I don't know if they're going to be doing this, but we will find out shortly on May 2nd, or very shortly. We'll see what the next banner is coming. If it is end up being Rem and Amelia, these are two characters, obviously limited characters, collab characters that I do recommend highly picking up. So it is entirely up to you if you want to summon once again. If we go ahead and pull over her unique equipment as well, because I said I did want to talk about that, she'll be getting an SS tier in clan battle. So right now at the start, she's actually really, really good. A tier clan battle, A tier quest, pretty solid for Tower of Luna as well. Arena mode obviously is not her strength. But if we head into her skills here, we'll see that her unique equipment does actually give her a pretty massive buff. If she gets a crit on her skill 2 here, she will be getting, or her skill 1, I'm sorry, the one where she does the physical defense shred, she'll be getting damage dealt by tripled. So it's going to be applying it not only to Universe, but also to her skill 2, which is going to make her output a lot more damage, which is going to be obviously super, super good. Combine that with her increased stats and all that stuff with unique equipment. She's going to be looking very, very nice, and obviously having her action speed as well, going to be making her spam this even more, which means higher chances to crit, because obviously RNG and all that stuff. A very, very heavy RNG character, but if you do get these crits off, she's going to be absolutely ridiculous, hitting a ton of damage. So there we go. That pretty much covers everything you need to know about Oedo Ninon if you should be summoning or skipping this character. In my opinion, I think it's a definite skip just because she's a platinum character and we have so many good limited characters coming up in the next up and coming months. We have the summer characters, Rem and Amelia, are coming literally right after this banner. We'll see if they come to global. I'm assuming they're going to come to global, but if not, then oh well. But thank you ever for watching. I hope you guys all have a wonderful rest of your day. If you are summoning for Oedo Ninon, I do wish you luck, and I'll see you guys all in the next video. Bye, everyone.